When Emma returned from her girls-only trip to Mexico, I didn't expect her first words to slice through me like a blade. "We need to talk." 4 simple words, flat, cold. They cracked something deep inside me before she even explained. I'd spent that week missing her, counting down the days, cooking her favorite pasta, cleaning the apartment until it gleamed. I imagined her walking through the door, smiling, kissing me. Instead, she stood there with tan lines on her shoulders, red eyes that hadn't seen sleep, and fingers nervously twisting her wedding ring like it no longer belonged. "Are you okay?" I asked, trying to sound calm. She swallowed hard. "No, Jake, I'm not." The air thickened instantly. "What happened?" She sank onto the couch, staring at her hands. "Something happened on the trip." In that moment, the world went still. No heartbeat, no sound, just the quiet before disaster. "What do you mean, something happened?" I asked, though deep down I already knew. Her voice cracked. I slept with someone." The words didn't feel real. They just floated there, weightless and poisonous. "You what?" I finally managed. She buried her face in her hands. "I was drunk. It just happened. It didn't mean anything. Didn't mean anything." That hurt more than the betrayal itself. Like years of love and trust had been reduced to a few meaningless hours in some stranger's bed. "Who?" I asked, my tone colder than I recognized. "I don't even know," she whispered. "He was a friend of one of the girl's boyfriends." I barely remember. A bitter laugh escaped me. "So that's what our marriage is worth? A night you can't even remember?" "Jake, please, don't." She broke down, sobbing, but I felt nothing. No pity, no love, just a hollow disbelief. Then, after a long silence, she whispered, "There's more." My stomach turned. "What else could there possibly be, Emma?" Her breath shook. "I went to the doctor yesterday. I tested positive for chlamydia. For a moment, I just stared." "You what?" Her voice trembled. "I might have given it to you." I walked to the bathroom and locked the door. My reflection in the mirror looked like a stranger. Pale, furious, wrecked. The next morning, I got tested. Positive. That was the day love died. The weeks that followed were a blur of silence, half-hearted therapy sessions, and tear-soaked apologies. She tried to fix things, but every time she touched me, all I felt was contamination, not comfort. 3 weeks later, she told me she was pregnant. I can still see her sitting at the kitchen table, trembling, a positive test beside her. "Jake," she said softly, "I'm late." I took a test. "It's positive." I said nothing. "I don't know if it's yours," she added, breaking. I laughed, a cold, empty sound. "Of course you don't," she sobbed, begging, promising to make things right. But there's no fixing something that broken, not when a child that might not be mine was growing inside her. That night, I slept on the couch. By morning, I had a plan. I wasn't going to scream or destroy things. I wanted something quieter, something that would last. For 2 months, I played the role of the forgiving husband. I went to therapy, cooked dinner, held her hand. I pretended. She believed me. She started smiling again, humming when she cooked, telling her friends we were healing. Then I told her I wanted a fresh start. "Let's move," I said. New place, new memories. "Just us and the baby." Her face lit up. She hugged me like I was the man she'd married. I found a house in a quiet suburb, under my name only. She helped me pack, full of hope. Then I told her there was one condition. "I want a paternity test," I said. She froze. "Jake, please." "If we're starting over," I said, "I need the truth." Her eyes filled with tears. "You don't trust me?" I met her gaze. "You gave me an STD, Emma. You cheated on a girls-only trip. Tell me, what here deserves trust?" She said nothing. A week later, the results came. Not mine. When I read that, I didn't feel anger, just an icy kind of peace. That night, I made her favorite creamy garlic pasta, the same one I'd cooked before everything shattered. She came home smiling. "Smells amazing," she said, touching my arm. "Yeah," I replied. "Thought we'd celebrate the truth." Her smile faltered. "What truth?" I placed the envelope on the table. "That you've been lying to me for months." She opened it, hands shaking. Her face went pale. "Jake!" "Don't," I said. "You had your chance," she cried harder. "Please, we can still—" "I already sold the apartment," I cut in. "The new house is in my name only. You can stay here until tomorrow." Her voice rose in panic. "You can't just throw me out." "I can," I said quietly. "And I am. I brought out her suitcase, the same one from Mexico, and set it by the door. She collapsed, sobbing. I was stupid, drunk, scared, but I love you. I stared at her. No, you loved what I gave you. Stability, forgiveness. But that man doesn't exist anymore. Go. The next morning, she left. No dramatic goodbye, no begging. Just silence. I watched her from the window, her suitcase bumping along the curb. For a second, I remembered her laugh in that bookstore where we first met. Then I let her go. 3 months later, her friend Melissa messaged me. Jake, I thought you should know. Emma lied. She wasn't drunk. She'd been seeing that guy for months before the trip. She was planning to leave you. I just replied, thanks. She already did. Time dulled the pain but sharpened the memories. I got treated, moved into the new house, and rebuilt my life. The silence that once felt suffocating turned peaceful. Then one day, a letter arrived. No return address, just my name in her handwriting. Inside was a photo, a baby boy with dark hair and blue eyes. He's not yours, but he has your kindness, she wrote. I wish I could undo everything. I hope you find someone who deserves the love you gave me. I folded the letter and put it away. Betrayal doesn't destroy you all at once. It burns slow until you rebuild yourself from what's left, so that's what I did. I used the money from the apartment to start a small woodworking business. I spent my nights shaping wood, creating something solid from what had been broken. Every time I sanded down a rough edge, I thought, this is what love should have been. Patient, honest, built by hand. Months later, I met Leah, a customer looking for a dining table. She was kind, gentle, never prying. I didn't tell her everything at first. But one evening, under the warm light of my workshop, I finally did. She was quiet for a long moment. Then she said, I'm sorry that happened to you, but I'm glad it didn't break you. For the first time in years, I believed her, because real revenge isn't rage or chaos. It's peace. It's building a life so full, so steady, that the person who shattered you becomes nothing more than a memory that no longer hurts. And that's exactly what I did.